All right, so I am on the property. It is lunch break right now. Look what you're seeing in the background. This is what the Chosen set is like. Look, right now, they don't even know this. Who's here?
Hi!
Lada Silva on set.
We're live. Hello. Hi, everyone.
Yes, and Liz is here. That was just a quick hi. Liz is here. But this is what the Chosen set is like in the middle of the day, so it's lunchtime. Now, what they're doing is a photo shoot, and in fact, I can take you into the room. I'm going to show you what they're doing. You know those black and white photos that you see for each season that look so cool? A lot of times we're doing them. They come in just for that. So look at this. I'm going to bring you in here real quick. Look at this behind me. This is the photo shoot that's happening, and let's go see who's there right now. Let's see here. So we're live on Instagram right now. You don't know this, but
hey everyone.
This is Ala, who plays Simon Z, and I don't see an apple in his hand.
No.
Elijah. It's Elijah. Now you worked yesterday, yes?
Yes.
And what? And it's okay for you to say. This won't be a spoiler.
Okay.
What scene did we shoot with you? Was it yesterday or the day before?
Yesterday. With Gaius?
Yes.
Okay.
So what was the scene that we shot yesterday?
We shot a scene yesterday between Gaius and myself where I can say?
Yeah, you can say. Yeah.
The Sermon on the Mount has been delivered.
It just happened.
And this is our sort of absorption of what transpired.
Yes.
And a shared moment of that.
Yeah, so you notice Gaius is just shaking a little bit, and you're also wondering what is with this guy, because this guy preached things like love your enemies.
Yeah, he brings up the Old Testament, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and then he puts his own creative spin on that.
Yes.
I mean, so that the whole vengeful a need for revenge is something that I understand.
Yes.
And but then he puts a curious spin on all of it, and
that you don't understand.
No, I'm still processing it.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you, Elijah.
Sure.
Go back to your photo shoot. But yeah, these are the kinds of things that are happening on the set. So we filmed today. The first half of today was a scene with Simon and John. So that's Shahar and George, and they are doing a scene from. Oops, sorry, it's so dark. They are doing a scene from the season finale of season 3. It's just the two of them on a long walk, and they're pretty annoyed with each other. So I'll just give you that much. Okay, so let me see some of the questions we've got from here. We've got a question that says, can't wait for season 3. Would a season 4 happen? Yes, season 4 will happen. When will season 3 be available? Hopefully, that's a question from Zachary Taylor 02. That's hopefully season 3, the first couple of episodes will be out before the end of the year. Let's see. I can hardly wait for season 3. Will you be releasing the show in the fall? This is boring. I think you can end the live stream now. That is from The Chosen is Not Good. That is from the devil himself. All right, so I have a special guest with me. So if you have any questions for Yoshi, who plays Philip, he is going to join me here in just a second. So Yoshi, who plays Philip, is coming on. Yoshi, come with me here. We're going to sit on the couch together for a second.
Should I give you a massage?
That's what he does most of the time during the scenes. So,
Is it next to you? Or is this
yeah, come sit next to me. Okay. Yeah. Wendy says, are you on schedule? Yes, we are on schedule. So far, so good. How many are you expecting for the Feeding the 5,000? We're going to have about 4,500 people on one day, and then 4,500 people on another day. Will we be able to watch it in Scotland? Yes, you can watch it in Scotland right now. The app is available in every country. All right, so far, Yoshi, first of all, hi.
What's up, guys?
So far, you haven't had like any long scenes or anything like that. Like, have you even had any dialogue yet?
Not really. No.
Yeah. So one of the things that we've done, one of the things we've been doing is after the Sermon on the Mount, And so after the Sermon on the Mount is when everyone is kind of gathered backstage and getting ready to go for the rest of the season. And Jesus kind of sends them on. So yesterday, the last couple of days, we were filming that. Now, a year ago when we were doing the Sermon on the Mount, what was the temperature for your body during that scene?
What was it? I mean, felt like -20.
Yeah. But it was like, you were freezing. This time around...
You made the joke this time around that between takes, we don't have the excuse to go jump in the van because it's not so cold.
Yes.
Because last time we were jumping in the van between takes, so we were sort of all blacking out during filming and like, oh, okay, being shuttled over to the van between takes to warm up.
Yeah, so we would do that. Remember that one scene where Jesus is walking through you guys, you're all lined up looking at Jesus as he's about to preach. And we would do like one take, and literally you guys would have to run to the car or buy the jet engine heaters just to get your, because it was that cold.
Yeah.
This time around, we're kind of picking up where that left off, and the temperature was more normal.
Much more normal.
Yeah. So Becoming D. Rosai says, I love his character.
Thank you. I love your character, becoming Jurase.
Yes. What advice can you give to those of us coming for the feeding of the 5,000? I would say put snacks in your bag, whatever bag that you have with you. Put snacks because you'll be sitting down for a while, but you don't have to worry about warming up. Mimi says, we love Yoshi. So excited for the new season. Nora says, how did you get the role? Did you audition for another character?
I did. I've told this story a couple times, but I auditioned to play Nathaniel, played by the infamous Austin, who's with us as well.
Who's here? Who's going to be coming on in a few minutes.
I hope I didn't spoil a surprise.
No.
I auditioned to play Nathaniel, and I think Dallas and Amanda saw something in me, but thought that I might be right for Philip, and so here we are. But Nathaniel was the original audition, and I actually relate to some of the character quirks that Nathaniel has, being a straight shooter, being kind of blunt and honest. So I did want that, but then as I learned, Philip was more of the nature of my own. And that was something that was interesting. Is when you first started, the first couple of days of filming, there were a couple times where you and I had to kind of like get on the same page. We weren't quite yet on the same page because I think you weren't convinced that you had Philip characteristics. Right.
And I was like, no, I want to see Yoshi, some of Yoshi in Philip. And I think that's when we really found the character.
Yeah, or maybe that the characteristics were so close to my own was sort of what we were figuring out. So there was a specific moment that we've talked about before where Dallas was like, no, we hired you because you're you, so be you.
Yeah, exactly.
So here we are.
So Piano Lady asks, so many of the actors have other talents, singing or playing an instrument. Will you incorporate any of these talents into a chosen episode? I don't know about that, but you have musical talents, yes?
I do. I play guitar, but I think will be an amazing idea. And since we're, we can put Dallas on the spot right now, guys, but I think we should rent out a space because Shahar plays bass, I play guitar, Noah plays guitar, and Austin plays piano, Jonathan plays drums, Joey plays drums. So at some point within the 7 seasons, it would be beyond me if we didn't somehow do a chosen band. And that would really do well for the YouTube page, I must say.
Yeah. I think that will do well outside of chosen canon. I think you guys just doing it as yourselves would probably do better than all of a sudden the disciples starting a band. Philip and the 6,
I don't know. Hashtag start the band. Start the band.
All right. Okay, so Isaac Corky says, I love Philip. Rosalind says, does he smell? Do I smell right now?
Do you smell?
Yeah.
No, you smell nothing.
No,
just
I'm
like
right.
your soul. There's nothing there.
Okay, so Dupierre says, what first caught your eye when you read about your character? So when you first started reading the Philip scenes, was there anything that stood out to you? Like I'm in that scene with you and Nathaniel, where you first say, come and see, it's kind of the biggest scene. But was there anything that kind of stood out to you about that character?
About my own?
Yeah, about Philip, yeah.
Yeah, I think just his overall sort of jovial nature and being, stoked to be around and just happy to be a part of this journey that he's felt a calling towards and being able to enjoy it along the way, even if it's challenging. He knows it's for the greater good. And his relationship with Matthew, of course, was very compelling to me because, here we have a character who, up till this point, was an outsider, trying to get inside the group, and wasn't getting the time of day from any of his fellow new brothers. And so the Philip character is sort of the first person to just take him from where he is, and not judge him on his past, but rather, judge him for the man who's standing before him right now. And I think that was the first time that Matthew really felt that from anyone besides Jesus.
Yeah. And that was a theme, I think, when Philip became like a fan favorite character. It was just how you took to Matthew and how you brought your strengths to that. So, all right, well, good. We're going to bring in Austin here in just a second.
Cool.
But
bye, guys.
Yep. All right, Austin, come have a seat. So we had Philip, now we have Nathaniel.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, the two who came in episode 2 of season 2.
Yes.
So when you came in swinging, because in the first half of the episode was one of the more impactful moments of the show. And I just wanted to hear from you, and I think the viewer watching wants to hear a little bit of just what you thought when you first read for Nathaniel. Because did you actually audition for Nathaniel? Well, in season 1, you actually auditioned for who?
Thomas,
Yeah.
played by Joey.
Yes.
I initially auditioned for Thomas. I almost didn't even do the audition because I was on a vacation with my whole family, and it was just the worst timing. And then I decided to do it, forgot about it, never heard anything. 2 years later, get an email looking for me to read for Nathaniel.
Yeah.
And I heard how much Dallas loved my Thomas audition and everything, and I was like, really? Because as actors, you never hear anything. You really never get any feedback for the most part. But what I first felt after reading the entire thing was you gave Nathaniel like this entire character arc in one episode. So he goes from successful, confident businessman to absolute ruin, and then back to just joy, the tip of his happiness and fulfillment and everything. So I thought that was the coolest thing that drew me towards it when I first read it. So
Yeah. And we've talked about this a little bit, but that scene when you were under the tree in episode 2, and you're crying out to God. Now, you might know that was loosely based on my own experience, because I had a moment shortly before The Chosen where my career kind of failed, and I got to a low point, and I was wondering if God was even present in my career. And so I told you that on the day that we were filming that scene. But as an actor, when you've got a scene like that, that's by yourself, you're not working off any other actor. It's just you, and then you're surrounded by a bunch of crew members, and it's also freezing. You were really, really cold, right? I remember you could barely feel your feet. How do you find the moment? How do you find the ability to be present and to actually find the character? What are some of your tricks of the trade?
the irony was that first day I wasn't present because there were so many elements involved that were distracting, not what I thought that I would have to deal with when I was preparing for that moment.
Right.
But I think there's something that happens when it's called action and everyone there, 100 people in the same room or the same landscape, they're all there to accomplish one thing, and they're all there to make that one screen, that one monitor, the best it can be. So it kind of is like this cathartic moment where just the focus is razor sharp.
Yeah.
And for a while, my focus was off, and Dallas took me aside and just kind of let me warm up, let me breathe, told me a few things, and then we were able to go back. And I think that's the take we used was right after he pulled me aside and told me about his experience and how Nathaniel was loosely based off of him.
So before I let you go, I just want to ask what are some of your thoughts after reading the scripts for season 3? So when you look ahead at season 3, both for Nathaniel and for the overall story, what did you think when you read the scripts?
I loved it. I genuinely loved it. I think they do such a good job taking all these different characters and blending them together to have different moments, and then for them to, also align with stories from the Bible. I think that's the most genius part. And what they're doing with Nathaniel is they're keeping the straight shooter thing and kind of incorporating more humor into it, and that was exciting for me and challenging at the same time. So far so good. It's been awesome. I can't wait for next week, the feeding of the 5,000, and then we'll have a break, and then we'll go to Utah and all those things. So it'll be a great experience. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good one, man.
Yeah, man. One last quick question we got from Sarah Emily X. Do you have characteristics similar to your character? You're a lot sweeter than Nathaniel is.
Oh, thanks.
Like Nathaniel's like he just will say anything and doesn't mind if it bothers people. You tend to be a lot more sensitive, don't you?
Well, thanks. As Yoshi screams, that's debatable. But I think I'm pretty honest. I think I'm pretty straight shooter as well.
Yeah, you're definitely honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is one thing. And also, I would say I also, he's an architect. I'm an artist in terms of acting, and I also play music and all those kind of things. So I think I relate to that element of him.
Cool. Awesome. All right, man. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Yoshi, someone asked, what is your real life ethnicity? Portuguese. And how do you pronounce your last name? Barajas?
Well, the American version would be Rodriguez.
Yes.
You don't even know my last name?
I know it is Liz. I'm saying how it's pronounced because I always get it wrong. Is it
Rodriguez.
Yeah, I said Barajas, but I just mispronounced it.
Portuguese is Barrigas.
Barrigas. Yoshi Barrigas, so he's Portuguese. Who cares? I'm gonna have you on the next live stream, so but I don't want to give that away yet. So don't get all offended that I'm not reaching out to you. Good. All right, so Kay Covey says, do y'all get really hot? I know it can get extremely hot in Texas. Yes, it has been hot, but not scorching just yet. When it gets into July and August, it's going to be really bad. But for now, it's moderately accessible. As you can see, I'm a little bit scattered because this morning, or today, I've been filming, so I'm a little bit sweaty. All right, so Beth Befani, 97, says, when will we meet Luke in the show? You already did, remember? Luke was there in the Christmas episode. So look up the Christmas episode. It's in the app. It'll be in our upcoming DVD, but the Christmas episode has the character of Luke. He shows up at the end. All right, what else did I see? Will there be a season 2 special edition? Yes, actually quite soon. It's coming very, very soon. In fact, you might not want to miss our very next big live stream that we're doing, and we'll talk about the season 2 special edition DVD. It's got tons of incredible stuff. Have there been any Red Sea moments on set? All right, so a Red Sea moment is when we have, it's the term that my wife used, where we're standing at the edge of the Red Sea and the Egyptians are coming, and the only thing left for us to do is for there to be a miracle. And I will say this. Last year we filmed the Sermon on the Mount, as you saw, in completely overcast weather. It was cold. There was a haze around. It was very gray. It was supremely overcast. And this year, of course, we're filming during the summer. And so we thought, all right, we have no chance of matching that. So we are going to have to reshoot some of the Sermon on the Mount stuff that we filmed last year. And some of the stuff that we filmed that we were hoping we could use this year, we're going to have to reshoot it because there's no way it's going to match. It's going to look ridiculous. So we scheduled 3 days of filming this week for the Sermon on the Mount. We were going to get the backstage stuff and some of the reactions to the Sermon on the Mount. And we were kind of figuring out, like, what are we going to do for this? It's going to look ridiculous. And sure enough, these 3 days were completely overcast. Like, the clouds were completely covering the sky just these 3 days. Unbelievable. And so we don't actually have to reshoot. We don't have to add an entire day of filming, which we thought we were going to have to do, is add an entire day of filming, which costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. And now we don't have to do that because the weather was so perfect. So that was definitely a miracle. All right. What did the 3 Bible consultants think of the season 3 script? So as you may know, coming up especially in the special edition DVD, we've got our Messianic Jewish rabbi, a Catholic priest, and an evangelical scholar who look at all of our scripts and give us their perspective. Now, they don't have any veto power. They just are able to give their perspectives to make sure that we don't step on any landmines, make sure that we're biblically accurate. And so our 3 spiritual consultants, biblical consultants, read the scripts already and actually had the fewest amount of corrections this year. than they have had in the past. Overall, it was very strong. Just a couple of minor things that we needed to fix, but overall, they were very pleased. Judy Black 619 says, have the actors gone off script and made it into the scene? Yes, that happens. Sometimes they add a line or two. Sometimes something funny happens and they just go with it. Sometimes there's emotion that happens and we just go with it. It's not common, I would say, but occasionally I like to allow the actors, if something kind of feels natural or they want to say a line a different way, we go with it. Joey Vahidi, who plays Thomas, more often than not, he'll say something that's off script and I have to smack him in the face because it's so ridiculous and embarrassing. Yeah, he happens to be in the room right now. The Chosen is not good asks, when will I be in the show? So that's the devil himself asking if he can be in the show. And I would say the devil showed up in season 1 and season 2, in a scene with Mary Magdalene and a scene with demoniac. So I think the devil has gotten plenty of attention in The Chosen so far. Cinegram Cracker, interesting name, asks, in what languages can we see The Chosen? So if you go to The Chosen app, so right now, go to wherever you get your apps on your phone, or even on Roku or Apple TV or Fire Stick. You look up The Chosen, you download it, and then you click on audio and subtitles, and you will see all of the different languages that are available. There are dozens and dozens of languages in The Chosen. Unfunny Vincent says, I get mad when you don't sing the jingle. Well, that's lovely. I don't think everyone agrees with you on that, but I'll sing it sometime soon. So glad you all added Spanish audio to the episodes in both seasons. Thank you, Vanessa. Josefi Bucefiero asks, will you be releasing the episodes as they're ready again this year? No, this year we're going to probably release them. We're going to start releasing them at the end of the year, and then we'll start releasing them probably one a week or one every week and a half or so. We'll probably be releasing them on more of a regular schedule. But right now we've already started to do the editing of the first couple episodes, and we're already starting the writing of season 4. So we're already halfway through some of the scripts of season 4. Leah asks, what is a scene you can't wait to do for season 3? It's a good question. So we have a big scene coming up later this summer where a key Bible character, a relatively famous Bible scene takes place. That's really intense, and when we were doing the auditions for this scene, everyone in the room was had tears streaming down their face. And so I'm really looking forward to doing that scene. The Feeding the 5,000 scene that's coming up, I gotta tell you, I'm intimidated by that because we're gonna have thousands of people there, and it's such a huge scene. It's just so hard to find. We have multiple cameras, so many people. Those are really hard. So sometimes the bigger scenes are the ones that are the most challenging and get me the most scared. But some of the more emotional scenes I get really, really excited about. How do you prepare Mickelson's asks, how do you prepare yourself spiritually for such long days on set during filming? So every morning on my way to set, while I'm driving, I do some breathing exercises where I literally just inhale and exhale. You can actually look it up online. It's called Wim Hof, WIMHOF. And I do about 5 minutes of breathing where I'm holding my breath for a long time, and it kind of resets my brain a little bit. Now, that's not a spiritual thing at all for me. It's just a physical thing and a mental thing. But that kind of gets me centered. And then when I get to set, we do a rehearsal, and then I'll walk off by myself, and I just spend a few moments alone with the Lord, a few minutes, and I just say, all right, make sure that I get out of the way. Make sure that you show up and that I'm aware of it, and that I'm not getting stressed, or that I'm not letting my own ego get in the way of what we're supposed to be doing today. I constantly say, this is your project. This is your project. And I just want to make sure that I always maintain that focus, that it's his project. All right. A. Fisher 2003 says, any chance in the future story of Paul? So I don't think you're going to see Paul in The Chosen, but we may end up doing, when The Chosen is done, we may end up doing a follow-up story to cover the book of Acts. You never know. We'll see how I feel, but that's several years away. For now, I'm just focused on season 3 and 4. Cake NVGA asks, is everything going well in your new studio? Okay, so right now, on this property, we are building our new studio, our new soundstage. And we're also building a first century set. Both of those things are being built at the same time. Now, as you may know, there's been supply chain issues for the last year, so sometimes there's been delays, and then COVID, of course, has been a factor, but our construction crews are incredible. The team that's doing this is incredible. They are just serving God so faithfully, working so hard for this project, trying so hard to give us something that really blesses this project and blesses you, to give us the best chance of doing a great show. We want to keep growing this show. And so it's going well. And so we're going to be going in there sometime later this summer. Faith Van Leer asks, will deep dives be available for season 2 in the future? Yes, we have already filmed them. So we've already filmed the roundtables. These are the Bible roundtables. If you go into the app, go to the Chosen app, and you look in the bonus features or the deep dive, you will find those conversations, and they are so extraordinary, where you get the different theological perspectives and different denominational perspectives, and we talk about what we got right, what we got wrong in the show. And it really allows you to dive deep into the show. And yes, we did them for season 2, and it's going to be coming with the special edition very, very soon. Good Thing says, thanks for all you're doing. Can't say it enough. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Every time you guys say that, it means a lot. Every time you comment on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, every time you comment and you tell us what the show means to you, it means something to us. And we see it every time, and it matters. So thank you for doing that and for spreading the word. Beautifully Maiden Time. All right, that's a pretty cool name. What's your ultimate favorite scene? Well, my favorite scene so far, I think, probably is still episode 4, season 1, The Miracle of the Fish, because so much went on during that scene in the filming of it that was so extraordinary that really changed my life. And so I still look at that scene. And plus, I love the music of that scene. But The Miracle of the Fish with Jesus and Simon and John and James and Zebedee, I think, remains my favorite scene. Allison says, what is the name of your new dog, and will it get a cameo or scene with Matthew's dog? That's Allison Lewis. So my new dog's name is Kai, K-A-I. That's short for Kaikea. So my new golden retriever, our family golden retriever, is named Kaikea, and we call her Kai, and she's doing lovely. Meg Cortez asks, Dallas, how's your wife? We love her. My wife Amanda is doing great. I love her too. And you know what she does most of the day? She's writing. She's writing the season 3 Bible study. The first 2 Bible studies are out. The first one is called What Does It Mean to Be Chosen? The second one is called Blessed Are the Chosen. Those are in the gift store. They are on Amazon. The Bible studies continue to be great and to continue to impact people, so much so that we're doing a third one, and she's writing that right now. She and her writing partner Kristen and myself have already finished the season 3 devotional book. That'll be coming out later this year. So many things going on. Lucky Dog Art asks, how can we pray for you all? Oh gosh, well, that's our favorite question. Well, prayer is essential for this show, and every day you can pray that we as a crew and a cast stay focused. You know, right now as the show is growing, it's easy to start thinking about the fact that the show is growing and that we're expanding around the world. But if we don't get this right, if we don't get our filming right, if we don't get the scenes that we're doing every day that are so exhausting, then none of this matters. And so we really have to keep it focused on the main thing. So that if you can pray for us to be good to each other, to keep a focus, that I as the leader am able to be kind and generous and gentle and tender, which isn't always easy for me. If you can pray that just even technical things, just that God would allow us to be free from some of these distractions that can get in the way, that can be tough. So just continue, and then pray for the viewer. Pray for the viewer who's going to watch the show and be impacted by it. Terry Ferrand asks, how are you on finances for season 3 and 4? Well, you can see our progress in the app. So if you go to the Chosen app, you can see how the funding is going for season 4. So season 3 is funded. Season 4 funding is is underway. I want to clear up a misconception. Sometimes people say, I want to donate to the show. Remember, these are not donations. Pay It Forward is optional payment. The show is free. You can watch the show. You don't even have to give your email address if you don't want to. But you can watch it on Apple TV, Fire Stick, the Chosen app on your phone. You can watch it on Roku. You just look up the Chosen on any of those and you will find us. And it's totally free. But we can't keep doing future seasons if no one chooses to pay for it. Did you know that over 95% of the people who watch The Chosen never pay for it? Now, I'm not complaining about that. It's a free show. We want it to be free. In order to reach 1 billion people, it's going to need to keep being free. However, some of you are going to have to pay for it so that we can keep it free and so that we can keep doing future episodes and seasons. So right now, actually, funding is actually going pretty slowly. People, the pay it forwards have gone down quite a bit, pretty significantly in the last month or two. And so funding for season 4 is actually behind schedule right now. So if you feel led, if you feel like you have the ability to do so, we'd love it. If you wanted to pay it forward for season 4, you can do that in the Chosen app or at the Chosen website, thechosen.tv, or continue to buy gifts. But whatever, I'm not going to do a pitch for that. Just want to answer your questions. John P. Williams 7 asks, how do you go about the emotional pacing of a given episode? That's a really great question. So my job as the director, because we film things out of order. We film, like today we filmed something from episode 8. Well, we will film other things from episode 8 a month from now. So my job is to keep track of that and to let the actors know where we are at in the episode. And that's a really good question, emotional pacing. We actually talked about that today. In fact, a scene with Shahar, who plays Simon, I actually said to him, make sure that in this scene, you're not so intense that the scene that we film later, that comes later in the episode, feels anticlimactic. And so we think about how to right size and how to measure out the emotion of a character or of the episode. So that's a very important part of what we do. So let me do one more question that you had written down before I go find another surprise guest that I've got for you who's currently doing some fun things. Will actual food be used for the feeding of 5,000? Asked Laura. Yes, we will actually have some bread. The fish might not be something you want to eat, but we'll see. Lady Vader 93, one of our most loyal, passionate fans for a long time. How has it been having Matthew's dog back for season 3? I'm so happy the dog is back. I'm glad you're happy the dog is back. That's all I'll say about that. All right, so I'm going to go find, we have another special guest for you who right now is apparently not doing Chosen-related things. But Noah, hello there, one of our Chosen insiders. Guess who's the insider now? It's me.
Are you going to the video game?
Yeah. Hey, you just gave away the secret.
Oh.
No, this is fine. So this is Chris of Chris and Chris, and her cohort is currently with Noah, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
They've been here for about 2
because
hours.
they're both nerds, right?
Yeah, they're both nerds.
Yeah.
All
So let's see
right.
what's happening in here. Okay, so here we have what we call our nerd room.
It's the best room.
So who is playing? I don't even know the name of this game. Is this Smash Brothers?
Yes.
This is Smash Brothers. Okay. And then we have Chris of Chris and Chris, who has challenged Noah, who is one of the top Super Smash Brothers players in the world.
Really, really good. So I'm letting Noah win every time. I just let him win so he can feel good about himself.
Yeah. So is Noah winning right now?
100%.
Yes,
Always
yes.
have never lost. He's beating 3 of us right now.
Yeah. So
Wait, where am I?
the world wants to know, Noah,
Yeah.
have you lost in Smash Brothers to any Chosen cast or crew?
0.
Yeah, 0
I
times.
know.
I killed him one time.
Not in a whole game.
So you killed him. You killed him once.
Out
But
of 3 lives, I've lost once and always won.
You literally just killed me right now.
So to translate for you, that's nerd, Star Trek. I read comic books and play video games. All right.
That's a good life.
Yeah. So do we have any questions for Noah? Not that he'll be able to answer them
Oh, I
right
can
now.
answer. It doesn't take much mental energy to win. Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing a rematch for sure.
So Noah,
Yeah.
genuine question.
Uh-huh.
What were your thoughts when you read the scripts for season 3?
I was very excited, and I feel like a lot of the stuff that we've been filming, I can't tell anyone about because we've been doing a lot of the kind of super secret stuff. But I was really excited, even in episode 1 when I read the first episode.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm destroying him while I'm answering this. The game's over. I already killed him while answering this. While reading episode 1, I was like, even if I just wasn't in the rest of the episodes, I would be super excited about what we were doing in episode 1. So they're really, really great scripts.
Yeah. So one thing we can say is that you, even though we can't say much about it, you do have a scene with John the Baptist in episode 1. And how did you feel about that scene? You don't have to give details. But...
Yes, it was great. We essentially spent the entire day doing that one scene in the... that's not really
It's
a
a prison.
spoiler word. He's in prison.
Yeah.
And so that whole day was just spent in the prison. A whole bunch of background actors shackled in the cells. It was a really, really special day, and we had just a few of us on set that day acting in that scene, and It was really, really. That's probably one of my favorite times working on through a scene so far with The Chosen. So.
Okay, so The Chosen is not good asks, when are you quitting?
When am I quitting what?
The Chosen.
The Chosen.
I mean,
The Chosen's not good is asking when am I quitting? When you beat me in Smash. I don't know. If you could try to beat me in Smash, I would wager my employment.
I think we should say the devil versus you in Smash Brothers, and if the devil loses, he has to shut up about the
Yes,
Chosen.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jay says, who's your favorite Smash Brothers character?
Okay, so this is my Smash Brothers. My Smash Brothers character is Greninja, but I also play Jigglypuff. I play Pikachu. I play Pokemon Trainer.
Jigglypuff is so condescending.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, good talk, man.
So, I'm about to go back to set to actually create the first ever show about Jesus in history.
Are you working
for the
today?
tens of millions of people? Oh yeah, no, I'm on a quick break.
Okay.
While you are playing Super Smash Bros.
Playing Nintendo.
Yeah. So
Nice.
yeah. So have
Well, I
fun with
actually have
that.
to go work now too.
Oh yeah.
But we'll play a game.
All right.
Or do you need it right now?
So
Oh, okay.
I have to head back because we're still filming season 3. That is the most important thing that we do. I just thought it would be cool to stop just for a moment and chat with you because you are who keeps this going. The fact that we do this show is because of you, and I'm working, believe it or not, very hard to try to make sure that we do our very best and do God's very best to give you something that's going to impact your life tremendously. So I appreciate your prayers. I appreciate you showing up. Chrissy asks, how did you come to call the show The Chosen? The Chosen refers to Jesus as the chosen one. It refers to the Jews as God's chosen people, and it refers to those who follow Jesus, who he chose to follow him, particularly the 12 disciples, of course. All right, so thank you so much for joining tonight. Is there one last question, Suman? Not yet? Okay, we'll just sign off. So I've got to actually get back to work. So thank you so much. It means a lot. And remember, it's not your job to feed the 5,000. It's only to provide the loaves and fish. Oh, one other thing. Make sure you join us June 12th. Is that the date? The 12th, Sunday, June 12th. Our big season 3 live stream. I'm going to have a cast. I'm going to have crew. We're going to have a ton of new gifts in the gift store. So be prepared. Mark your calendar now for Sunday night, June 12th, for our next big live stream. And I will see you then. How do I turn this off? The X? All right, thank you.